Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Government spokesperson Fahmi Fadzil addressed the HRD Corp audit today in a press conference following the cabinet meeting. When asked if the HRD Corp issue is like the 1MDB scandal, this is what he said.
Government spokesperson Fahmi Fadzil said it is still too early to equate poor governance of the Human Resource Development Corporation, or HRD Corp, to the 1MDB scandal. Fahmi said room should be given for lawmakers to debate the latest audit findings on HRD Corp, which has been tabled in Parliament.
Kita belum ada maklumat penuh mengenai isu yang berkait dengan HRD Corp seperti yang disebut tadi. Tapi mungkin kita perlu penelitian dulu dan kita beri ruang kepada ahli-ahli parlimen untuk membahas dan menteri Kesuma untuk memberikan jawapan di parlimen dulu. Belum masanya untuk kita membuat apa-apa pengklasifikasian seperti yang dicarangkan oleh puan tadi.
He said this in response to a question on whether the Auditor General's findings of poor governance in HRD Corp, which resulted in millions of ringgit in losses, could be viewed as the next 1MDB scandal. Earlier today, the Human Resources Ministry said it has submitted a report on the mismanagement of the HRD Corp to the MECC. Human Resources Minister Stephen Sim had also commented on the matter, saying that his ministry will not tolerate any violation of the law. Sim added that the ministry would not prevent any related parties from conducting further investigation into the ministry's agencies. Yesterday, Auditor General Wan Suraya Wan Muhammad Radzi, in the audit report, recommended that the ministry refer HRD Corp's management to the relevant enforcement agencies after the government entity failed its audit.
Noh Omar has joined Bersatu. Noh, who had been sacked from Umno early last year, said he applied to join Bersatu following the court's decision on Najib's case.
Former Selangor Umno chief Noh Omar has joined Bersatu. He confirmed this in a video posted on his Facebook page yesterday. Noh Omar said he applied to join online on Wednesday and had immediately received a certificate confirming his membership in Bersatu. He said he had made the decision as he was disappointed with the court's decision to dismiss Najib Abdul Razak's legal action over the alleged existence of an addendum order permitting house arrest.
Sebabnya mengapa saya tiba-tiba mengambil keputusan begini drastik ialah kerana saya amat kecewa dan amat sedih dengan nasib yang menimpa kepada bekas Perdana Menteri kita yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Najib Abdul Razak ataupun dikenali sebagai bosku.
Noh added that he chose Bersatu to continue his political struggle and for the sake of religion, race and country. Noh was sacked from UMNO after being involved in a party disciplinary violation during the 15th general election.
A lawyer has accused Anwar of using enforcement authorities to stifle criticisms. This came after his client, Hishammuddin Rice, was questioned by authorities yesterday.
The government has been urged to immediately drop the probe against civil rights activist Hishammuddin Rice over his blog post that raised questions about Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's health. In a statement today, Hishammuddin's lawyer, Zaid Malik, said the probe was outrageous. He said Anwar should file a civil suit like all other citizens if he feels that he has been defamed, instead of using enforcement authorities to preserve his reputation. He added that Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act is an oppressive draconian law that the Pakatan Harapan coalition led by Anwar had promised to repeal. Instead, he said they are wielding the law against a veteran and respected civil rights activist who once stood shoulder to shoulder with Anwar and other Harapan leaders for a better Malaysia. Elaborating, Zaid said the probe against Hishammuddin was a farce, as his client had merely republished an article written by someone else. Zaid also questioned whether Anwar, who once championed free speech, was now beyond reproach. He asked if Malaysia is now emulating North Korea or China, where the leader is above the rule of law. Yesterday, Hishammuddin was questioned for more than 2 hours at the Brickfields police station in Kuala Lumpur over a blog post published on April 25th, which was originally written by former MP Tamrim Jafar.
Meanwhile, the MCMC has clarified that Hishammuddin was not the subject of the probe. It said his statement was recorded to help with the investigations into a case.
The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, has clarified that civil rights activist Hishammuddin Rice is not the subject of any investigation. It said Hishammuddin's statement was recorded yesterday to assist investigations into an offensive post believed to have been shared through his blog. The MCMC added that they had recorded Hishammuddin's statement at 3:15 p.m. yesterday in collaboration with the police to assist in a probe into an ongoing case. The commission said it had handed a notice of attendance to Hishammuddin according to the relevant procedures. In a statement today, the MCMC said that there were no detentions, no devices were seized, and the investigations concluded at 6:45 p.m. It further assured that all its investigations against individuals are carried out according to existing procedures. Earlier today, Lawyers for Liberty Director Zaid Malik urged the government to immediately drop the outrageous probe against Hishammuddin. Zaid accused Anwar of using enforcement authorities to stifle criticism and said the Premier should file a civil suit like all other citizens if he feels that he has been defamed.
The Registrar of Societies has rejected Urumai's request to be registered as a political party. P. Ramazami said they were informed of the decision yesterday but were not surprised by it.
United for the Rights of Malaysians Party, or Urumi, has condemned the Anwar Ibrahim-led government for allegedly blocking its attempt to be a lawfully registered organisation. This came after the Registrar of Societies rejected Urumai's request to be registered as a political party. In a statement today, Urumi Pro Tem Chairperson P. Ramasamy said the decision came 8 months after it first submitted its application. He said they were not surprised by the rejection, given what other parties had to go through in the past before they could be lawfully recognized. However, he stressed that it was ironic they had to face similar issues under the Pakatan Harapan administration. He said Urumi had anticipated the rejection because some of its leaders had been critical of the government. The party also suspected that the ROS decision was timed to coincide with the Sungai Bakap by-election in Penang, allegedly to show Putrajaya's anger towards their leaders for not supporting them. Ramasamy added that the party's legal team will submit an appeal to the Home Minister and proceed with other follow-up actions following the law.
Sanusi has claimed that the Darul Ehsan Institute is a propaganda tool for Harapan. He said this when asked about the findings from one of their surveys on the Sungai Bakap by-election.
Perikatan National Election Director Muhammad Sanusi Mat Nor has dismissed the survey by Institute Darul Ehsan that found Sungai Bakap voters preferred Pakatan Harapan's candidate. Sanusi claimed that IDE is a propaganda tool for Harapan and said that all their studies will be biased. He told Malaysia Kini that there are no more IDE surveys that are objective. He said this when asked to comment on the survey findings announced by IDE yesterday that found voter preferences in the Sungai Bakap state constituency favoured Harapan candidate Johari Arifin over PN candidate Abidin Ismail. However, IDE chairperson Muhammad Rezwan Osman has stressed that support for a party does not necessarily guarantee victory for the party's candidate. The think tank is owned by the Harapan-led Selangor government. Meanwhile, when asked whether PN could retain the seat, Sanusi asserted that their candidate would win in the polls on Saturday. He said young people and Malays are not abandoning PN.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you would like access to news like this and more, subscribe now to Malaysia Kini and support independent media. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.